Water lines should be set according to the manufacturer's specification, particularly drinker spacing, how many chickens one nipple can accommodate, and the water pressure range from the type of nipple and line system. However, there are some general rules of thumb to follow when setting a water line. Water line pressure. Increasing water line pressure does not increase water consumption. If the water pressure is higher than the chicken's drinking rate, it promotes spillage, which can increase ammonia levels and contribute to poor flock performance. Additionally, the age of the chicken should be taken into consideration when setting the waterline pressure. Day-old chicks, for example, need minimal pressure, but it will require increased pressure as their drinking capacity increases with age. Most manufacturers list pressure settings according to development stage, but it is also important to make adjustments based on visual inspections. The net effect of pressure and nipple function can be measured as flow rate by putting a graduated cylinder against the nipple to trigger it and measure the volume collected in a given time. To determine correct pressure settings, examine the litter conditions under the water lines. If the litter is wet, reduce the pressure until the litter starts to dry. Once dry, incrementally increase pressure to the highest point possible while ensuring the litter remains dry. Drinker height should be adjusted according to bird height and according to manufacturer recommendations. Some rules of thumb for a nipple type system include: the end of the trigger should be at chick level for day-old chicks so that the light reflecting on it can attract the birds towards the drinkers. Drinker height should be raised gradually to allow for a 45-degree angle pecking and a slight reaching to activate the nipple from day 5 onward. By week 4, the drinker height should require birds to peck at a 50 to 55-degree angle, which is roughly the angle created if you were to draw a line from a bird's feet to its beak. If the drinker is too low for the birds, this could lead to water waste and wet litter. As a general rule, height adjustments should be made at least every other day for the first 2 weeks of the flock and daily from that time on. A common issue that affects both water pressure and line height is whether the barn floor and bedding are level. If the water line is level, there is a greater chance of achieving consistent pressure throughout the barn. However, if the water lines are not level, not only does this affect drinker height and the bird's ability to reach the water, but it can cause pressure to fluctuate throughout the line. This problem can be solved by installing slope neutralizers on each line to even out pressure throughout the barn. Remember that while the line may be level to the ceiling, if the litter is uneven, there may be a significant area of water line that are too low or too high for the chickens. Finally, it is important to monitor old systems and nipples for leaks and replace them as needed.